Good morning from a very wet and rainy Gilly day at Marina del Rey Marina on Lombok, or near Lombok, which is funny because I left from Marina del Rey, California when I started the circumnavigation. The boat's been here 2 weeks tomorrow. Left the boat here for like 5 days when we went to Bali, did some sightseeing, and then Rhonda moved back to New Zealand, getting on a flight there. And since I've been back to the boat, I had water and fuel delivered. Like this little Gilly day, there's no facilities here. You can't even buy provisions here. So you have to have the marina help you organize, bringing everything in. So currently there's 65 gallons of diesel on board because it's very possible that I might be motoring for the next like 1,200 to 1,500 miles. So this amount of fuel should get me to, you know, the next sort of spot. There's a couple options for route that I haven't decided on yet. But today we're going to make passage of 32 nautical miles to North Bali and keep doing hops. A lot of the next legs are pretty long, between 100 nautical miles of passage to like one possibility is like 320 nautical miles. So it would be like 3 or 4 days, probably 4 days of sailing, or motoring rather. So yeah, back to solo sailing on Treitea, which I'm perfectly comfortable doing, obviously, and happy to do. And yeah, now it's just a push to get out of Indonesia and get cleared into Malaysia. So we made it off the dock without any drama, thanks to the staff at the marina. Went very smoothly. Motored out past the sort of debris field. Now we're making our way past like local fishing boats. And I can see like breaking waves ahead of me. There's nothing on the charts that show that there's any deep or shallow water. The water's 100 feet deep right here. I'm guessing it's like overfalls from like the strong current. When we took the ferry over to Bali, the current and the eddies were insane. We were on a fast boat. So I'm hoping the breaking waves I see are just overfalls from the current. It's supposed to be in our favor today. So we'll see. A little spooky though. I think that was the current line. Kind of looked like it. We're doing 6 knots right now with like no real wind to speak of. Yeah, we'll see. It says 26 miles to go. 6 knots to make short business of that.
As we sailed across the narrow strait that separates Bali and Lombok, Trotea crossed over an invisible line, a very mysterious phenomenon which separates species. It's called the Wallace Line, and it's a biogeographic boundary which runs from the Indian Ocean all the way up to the Philippine Sea. To the east live marsupials, emus, Komodo dragons, and cockatoos. To the west of the Wallace Line, animals such as tigers, orangutans, rhinoceroses, elephants, and woodpeckers exist. This unique barrier was discovered by English naturalist Alfred Russel Wallace in 1854, as he explored the Malay archipelago for 8 years. Wallace wrote, "The species belong to two quite distinct zoological provinces, of which they form the extreme limits." Wallace published his findings in his book, The Malay Archipelago, in 1869, which became one of the most popular books on scientific discovery of the 19th century and has remained in print ever since. Joseph Conrad called this book his favorite bedside companion and used information from it in several of his novels. If you'd like to know more about the Wallace Line, visit the link in the description of this video.
Good morning from Bali. Have a fantastic view of the volcano in this anchorage. I don't even know the name of this spot off the top of my head. It's just a rest stop. I'd read on No Foreign Land that this is a very rolly anchorage, so I put out my roll stabilizer, which is just my drogue and my dinghy anchor, and I slept very, very well. So good, peaceful night's sleep, very calm conditions. Time to haul up and head out. We have a 45 nautical mile passage today to Lovina, I think is the name of it, town on Bali, on the north coast of Bali, where I hope to spend a couple days. I guess they have a really good sized grocery store there with Western food and stuff, so be able to get some provisions and rest a couple days and figure out the next push. So it's time to get the anchor up and get underway. I had read that the north coast of Bali was chock full of fads, and I counted about 70 that I can see, and none of them had lights last night. And there were like weird little clumps of stick fads in the anchorage, so it's not smart to arrive to an anchorage in the dark, and you can't safely do coastal night passages anywhere in Indo because of these fads. But I haven't seen them this thick since I was in eastern Indonesia. I thought these were all boats because the shape of them, they look like, you know, little power boats, fishing boats, but they're all like bamboo, rectangle bamboo fads. Good morning from Lovina, Bali. Lovina Beach, I guess, is what it's called. Had a pretty peaceful night last night. It was a little rolly when I went to sleep, but I had the roll stabilizer out, so it made sleep attainable. Calmed down when I woke up this morning. It was like dead calm like this. Very nice, very peaceful. About to head ashore, find a coffee shop, one of the beauties about Bali is that there's tons of food and grocery stores and everything for Westerners. There's so many visitors from Western countries that there's tons of access. So I'm excited to be here to get some provisioning done, get some good food that I enjoy eating, and also checking out some of the cafes and little restaurants here. I think I'll be here a couple days. Good to take a rest and keep an eye on the weather. So I got the dinghy in the water, we're all set up. Looks like there's a little floating dinghy dock. Let's head in and check out Lovina. So I read about these little trays with flowers and stuff after seeing them in Bali, and I guess the different flowers represent different gods. They're asking for protection. Some of the ones I saw on the street and stuff have like a cigarette and a thing of crackers. I even came across a monkey that was like opening the back of crackers and eating it. But it's pretty interesting. It seems like they put them out daily and they put incense and stuff. But I thought it was cool that the different flowers represent different colors for the different gods. That's pretty neat. Bali is primarily Hindu. Hindu is the oldest religion in the world. Oldest continuously practiced religion in the world, I should say. And they definitely have the coolest temples, sculptures, and most remarkable gods, that's for sure. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Nazis adopted the swastika, which was an ancient symbol used to represent the center of the universe, which is what they intended to become. But it's still in use in Hinduism and other cultures around the world.